Andy Erskine is down there. He's the clerk of the course tonight. He's also the club president. He usually drives a sprint car, but we needed a couple more extra helping hand, people away, other commitments. So Travis wasn't here, and Andy Erskine said, no, that's fine, I will sort this out. And we have a promotion tonight. We have Daryl, the gatekeeper, running across the track to put the flower line down for the pole line. He's normally the bloke that's shouting at the competitors to get them down, ready to go out on the track. But with his athleticism out there, we've decided to put him on the chalk line. So thanks for stepping up there, Daryl. So it looks like it's Ivan Murdoch inside front row. He'll be roaring to go. Greer on the outside on the 33D car. He's going to be the one to get them off at the right time as we wait for the flag to drop. Caleb's ready to go. Flag goes down, away they go, and it looks like it's going to be Greer. He's going to get to the corner first. Andrews on the outside. He wants a bit of a go. Mike Verdona, he's in there as well. Bit of biffo. Oh, Scott Williams round. And Russell Erskine gets a big punt from behind. Pierre Liza's in there as well. He hasn't been here for a while. He's back on the track, but he's in a bit of a mess at the moment. Barry Taylor, another one who's been caught up over there at the moment. So not the way they want to start. And I think it was Flood as well. On the far side of that incident, it was Scott Williamson being turned round at first. Set off a bit of a chain reaction. So we'll just have to wait for that one to be cleaned up. Just looking on the Central Motor Speedway replay. And it was, and in fact it was Graham Williamson slowing down for Mike Verdona. Scott Williamson had nowhere to go, had to slow, and the rest of it is written in history books because they're all sitting over there, tangled up together. Russell Erskine, he was a bit of an innocent bystander in that whole affair. So we'll just get the cars to half track away from that incident. Sometimes these body panels get quite tangled up. They take a bit to get apart. But just while they are circulating around half-tracking, one of the cars out there at the moment on the back of that line, the 15T car of Phil Burgess, have a look at the design on the right-hand door, folks, as he comes past you in the crowd. A good chance to see it while it's going reasonably slow. And that one's all about Daryl. It is a great design, and Phil pushed to have that ready for this meeting. So take that in as he goes around a little bit slow, as you see Soper just slowing down a little bit there. In the 8D car as they get ready to go again. This will be a full restart as there wasn't a lap ticked off on the timing sheet. So again, Greer, he's going to have to sort them out across the line. And away they go. Green flag is flying, and it's Greer with the first one to the first corner. Does it nicely. Ivan Murdoch's going to have to slot him behind. Andrews wants to go round the outside. Mike Verdona holds on to third position, but it's going to be a drag race down to turn number 3. There's Soper, so quick last night on this track. He's going to hold on. He's going to try to go right round the outside and gobble up number 4, but it's going to be a hard work. Andrews right in behind Ivan Murdoch. Verdona should get round the inside here pretty easy. Greer has a little bit of trouble in turn 2 out the front. And it looks like Graham Williamson's handling it okay with that left rear flat as they come around through turn 3 and 4. Again, Greer starting to make a little bit of leave on Murdoch. Andrews so keen to get into the fight there as well. Verdona can't do much to get past Murdoch, although he's got a better run out of turn 2 this time. Soper picks up another one into 4th position. Verdona trying hard, gets the thing well sideways. Murdoch's got to go high into turn number 3. The cars are just about changing panels there as they all get through cleanly down back to turn number 1. Further back in the pack, Phil Burgess having a good run. Flood recovering from that turn 2 chaos to get back out there, as well as Russell Erskine. So great job for those drivers down there. They've got a lot of work to do. But it's Greer who holds it together for lap number 4. Mike Verdona will be looking for some way past with Soper. He wants into the action now as they go through turn number 2. Ivan Murdoch starting to fall in the clutches of Andrews, and it's a spin. It's a spin for Graham Williamson down there in 2, and that tyre is just about completely off the rim. I'm not sure how much longer that's going to hold together. He's going to persist with it. He will get pulled off the track if they deem it to be dangerous. But I'd say that spin was on. There's Flood nearly up into the wall in number 1. That spin was definitely because of that left rear, and he's pulled it into the middle. He's taken the cautious route, which is good to see, as Greer now comes under fire from both Soper and Verdona as they head down through 1 and 2. Greer slows through 2, gets a bit of a punch from behind. I'd say there's a problem with that car. Mike Verdona slid on by. Soper had to give him a bit of a touch to try to get him going, but the 33D car has stopped on the front straight. That should bring out the yellows pretty quickly. Speedway officials onto it. So Greer, after working so hard at the front, has got I would say, a mechanical problem with that car, and has come to a stop on the entry of turn number 3. He was lucky that Soper didn't hit him any harder. He did well to get out of the gas. Just give him a nudge, although he's underway on his own power, Greer. Could have been electrical misfire. People say to me all the time, why don't they just pull into the middle, get off the track? Problem is, it's very hard to see behind you in these cars, and the last thing you want to do is turn left when there's a faster car coming. It didn't sound too bad that time passed. Just waiting for the green and the green flag. Caleb with the flag, away he goes. Soper easily fast down to the first corner. Verdona's right behind him. Ivan Murdoch drops back just a little bit on here, a couple of car lengths. Flood looking really racy through turn number 2. Heads down towards turn number 3 now. Soper going high. Verdona likes the inside, but he has to go wide through 4. These boys are going to have to just tiptoe their way around, find that grip. This track is super slippery to start with, as it was last night, but it certainly came back later on as the front runners get away from Ivan Murdoch. Oh, Soper wide, too high, understeer, parts coming off the car. He has got a problem with the right rear, it's gone, and it's going to hand the lead to Mike Verdona. Terry Soper, he won't be happy with that one. The car just cruising to a halt. No, he's managed to get left. He's done a great job once everyone had gone past. So Verdona is now out in the lead. Clicks over lap number 9 as he goes past. This will go for 12. Ivan Murdoch now in second. 4 or 5 car lengths back, not far back, is Andrews in the 57D car. Flood trying to get up alongside him now. Greer at the back trying to fight with Russell Erskine. But it's Mike Verdona, fastest out on the track. And again, fastest that time. He's dropped it to a 17.2. Murdoch on a 17.5, so he's pulling away about 0.3 every lap. Mike Verdona, there's a reason he's a South Island Saloon car champion, and you can see it right in front of you. Look how good he looks round there. White flag out as he heads down to turn number 1, making it look pretty easy. As Flood tries to make a last gasp effort on Andrews as he heads through turn number 2. It's going to be a drag race down to 3 as Verdona makes it look easy through 4. Checks the checkered flag. Well done, Mike Verdona in the 25T. Ivan Murdoch home next. Oh! Close it was, but it was Andrews in the 57D that held on for 3rd. Then we'll go back to 791 in Flood. Burgess, great job to hold on to 5th. Then we go back to Russell Erskine, who recovered from that turn 2 disaster to bring it home in 6th, and Greer in 7th. And unfortunately, the rest of them in the infield, hopefully just a couple of them are tyres. As we start to look at the lap times, and I've got to say Mike Verdona a little bit into the class of his own in that one, a 17.1. Then we've got to rocket down to, actually, it's going to be Ivan Murdoch next with a 17.5. Terry Soper, he pulled out a 17.6. So some great effort. Here we go now. Just watching the replay as Soper's tyre comes apart. Ooh, that is nasty. That's going to scratch the fiberglass some. So that's what it's all about. You've got to keep the cars together to win. Saloon car, heat number 1 done.
Got a broken computer? Don't throw it in the bin.
E-Waste Services to the rescue!
Has your TV or toaster blown up?
E-Waste Services to the rescue!
Be a superhero. Recycle your electronics today. You don't even need to leave your home or business. They'll pick up most items anywhere in the Wellington-Kapiti region. E-Waste Services. They recycle anything with a plug. Head online to ewasteservices.co.nz or call 564 5464.
Situated just 1.5 hours drive from Christchurch is Hanmer Springs, a small alpine village that has everything for the adventurer or for someone looking to relax. Stay a while and enjoy a bike ride through the numerous bush tracks, or relax in the famous hot pools. Take the whole family and let the kids take on the many attractions on offer. And to top off your stay, book now with Hanma Holiday Homes, where there's a budget and accommodation to suit everyone. Call now.
It's going to be a tough battle off the front. Black and Stronach, both very good drivers. And I'm guaranteed neither of them are going to want to give in that turn number 1-2 combination. Very short, very quick through there. Although time and time again we see that turn 2 tends to upset some of the drivers, especially if you're on the outside running. Coming round now towards the pole line. Green flag at the ready, green light ready to go. Confirmed it is away. Oh, it was a great start by Jack Brown on the inside. Managed to leapfrog Stronach as they head down to turn number 1 and 2. So Jack files himself into second position. Blackner out on the lead straight away. Then we go back to Stronach. Then it's Gordon, Emma Gordon, then Miller. But round the outside comes Evans high on towards the wall in turn number 3 and number 4. Josh Buchanan, he wants a way through there as well. He's going to have to work hard for it. Plenty of cars in front of him tonight, as Miller just slots him behind the 43T. Gets passed by Georgia and by Crichton. Might be a bit of a problem with Dean Miller's car, I should imagine. Looks like he would be heading to the centre of the track as Blackner now comes under fire from Jack Brown into turn number 1 and 2. But Blackner holds his line and does a great job to get through there cleanly. So running order at the moment, we've got Blackner, Brown, Stronach, Evans, Buchanan, then back to Emma Gordon and Georgia Gordon. And it looks like the drivers are starting to run a little bit high into turn number 4, trying to find that grip there. It worked last night. There was quite a nice buffer in turn number 2 and turn number 4, so we'll just have to see if it works for them tonight. But Blackner has got control of this at the moment as he comes around to collect lap number 4. Jack Brown throwing everything down to try to get past. But Blackner doing a great job out in the front. Stronach doing well to hold on to third position. Here comes Josh Buchanan. Passes Evans through turn number 2. Heading down the front straight, past the crowd. Everybody's behaving out there very nicely as Miller does park it on the infield in turn number 4. Blackner, a little bit of a defensive line down towards turn number 1. It's pushed him out high in 2. It hasn't hurt him at all. Jack Brown can't make any impression, as it looks like 43T Buchanan's going to try to line up Stronach down through 3 and 4. She's doing a great job to hold it where it is at the moment. And close and behind, Georgia Gordon's done a great job. Emma's dropped back a little bit. And Crichton's in the mix now, trying to get past Evans through turn number 2. Might make it stick. It's a bit of a drag race, but I think you'll get it. Throws it sideways down into turn number 3. Evans has to go high. Blackner doing a great job out in the front. Collects lap number 7 as he crosses the line that time. Buchanan in third place. Oh, big moment there for Brown. Down in turn number 2. Got clipped up on the pole line. Everybody did well to just lift off a little bit. Not become involved in an incident down there. As we watch Crichton working hard to get past Georgia Gordon. Down now for lap number 8, and it's Blackner out in front again. Jack Brown, same thing again. He's going to have to watch it. Gets down to that pole line, left front touches, and there he goes. He's opened the door for Josh Buchanan. Down the back straight, down the front straight. Heads into 3 and 4. Here we go. White flag. He's only got a few corners to go. Blackner, he's got a bit of a lead now with Jack Brown having those couple of moments through turn number 2. Much better that time from Brown as they head down there. Crichton, Crichton comes together with Georgia Gordon. Sends her a bit sideways and she falls well back. And McIntyre having to do some evasive action to miss contact there. But as the checkered flag came out, 10 laps down. And the running order is Blackner, Brown, third place Buchanan. Then we go back to Stronach. Crichton made it up to 5th. Then back to Emma Gordon, McIntyre. Then Evans, Georgia Gordon after with that contact slips back to 9th. And unfortunately Dean Miller parked in the middle. So, as I said, Blackner ran real well last night before he got tangled up in a bit of a problem. Fastest out on the track, though, gets handed to Jack Brown, a 17.0. Then we go back to Josh Buchanan on a 17.09. Then you've got to look up the timesheet right to the top to Blackner on a 17.3. Wasn't the fastest, was a consistent, though. That means he's now 3rd in the standings in points. Buchanan on top. Then we go back to Brown on 72, back to Blackner on 69. Then we go back to Crichton on 67, so it's still pretty tight at the top of the timesheets and the points in the 6-shooters. Just have to see what else they can conjure up.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
He's on the outside of row number 3. Ron Cooley, he'll be looking like the man to go off quickly here. Right behind him in the 616. New competitor in the production cars in the form of Cameron Reedy. Moved up from the youth mini stocks, got too old and had to move up to the production cars as the green flag is at the ready. And away it goes, and away they go. Ron Cooley, he's going to have to try pretty hard to get down to that first corner first, and there he goes. Cameron Reedy round the outside. Rawcliffe, he wants to go as well. And a bit of biff and bash further back in the pack. And it's a 24i car. It looks like it's got the problem at the moment, heading towards the centre of the field. It's Ron Cooley, though, well out in front. Cam Reedy following hard. Then we've got Rawcliffe. Scott right behind him as well. As they'll come round to collect lap number 2. Jeff Friend working hard back there, 6th, 7th position. Oh, big hit by Jeff. And the left front trying to do the pass there. Couldn't make it work. I think it was Mitchell he was trying to get past. And that looks like it's done a fair bit of damage to the left front of Jeff Friend's car. Tried to get an eye on it as he went past and round into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Cameron Reedy in the wall in 2 as well in the 616 car. He's hoping to get a trophy out of his first outing. He's going to have to work harder than that if he wants it. But it's Cooley out in the front at the moment, doing a great job as they fire around for lap number 3. Darren Scott holding on a 2nd position at the moment. Rawcliffe trying to get past Reedy as they head down to turn number 3 now. Everybody's behaving reasonably well. The big rear-wheel drive car struggling towards the back. Brad McTaggart. We've seen him further up the front before. We watched Des McTaggart and Jeff Friend go side by side, and it's definitely looks like could be a flat, could be a bend in the left-hand front of Friend's car, but he's still keeping it out there. He wants those points. He knows how important they are. Ron Cooley starting to make a bit of a break from Rawcliffe. Then we go back to Reedy. Bit of understeer as he heads through turn 1 and 2. Rawcliffe doing a great job. Then Stanley in the 85D car. He's right on the back of Rawcliffe. Gets a better run out of 2 down to the corner. Ron Cooley, it's all his own at the moment on lap number 5. He picks up 6th on that time past the stripe. Further back, Jeff Friend really struggling with that car now. Spends most of the time with the left-hand lock hard on as more parts come out from under that car. I'd say that tyre is just about done and dusted. He may have to be on the infield. Unfortunately, that'll bring a few smiling faces to some of the other competitors who can see their points tally growing as we watch a car. Looks like it's Stanley to the middle as well. So problem there for the 85D car. Some of the rear-wheel drives having a problem. I can see part of the tyre down here in front of us. White flag is out. The big Commodore there, 63 of Constable. Trying very hard. It's definitely Carson who's going to try to push him in the rear-wheel drive division, but the front-wheel drives haven't so far, and the checker flag did come out for Ron Cooley, then followed home by Rawcliffe to the 78i. Des McTaggart, he's done well. Held off the younger McTaggart for 3rd, Brad McTaggart 4th. Then we go back to Jeff Friend, managed to get that car finished with a very sick-looking left-hand front. Then we go back to Mitchell in 6th. Then we go back to McKinnell in 7th. Murdoch in 8th. Carson in the big black 44D in 9th. Then Constable, Rolton. It says that Reedy was further back down the pack, but I find you'll think we'll have to rejig that one. He was well a lot further up. So excitement in the already in the production cars. And there'll be plenty more of that to come later on tonight. We'll just wait for them to exit the track. Next up will be the fast and furious winged warriors of the sprint cars. I think they may have to do a couple of circuits, the officials, and there they are out at the moment collecting a bit of debris that came out of the front of that car. So we'll just get the sprint cars pushed out, ready to start. Sprint cars, no starter motor. Hence why they have to be pushed away. And as they come out, Ivan down there tonight, the gatekeeper. He'll be giving them position to go to.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
Usual to see him in a Super Saloon. But as he said, he's doing double duty. He just wants to do some sprint car racing before he gets too old. So he is absolutely loving it. It's got War of the Wings coming up. So he said, I wanted to get a bit more seat time. Great time to do it here at the heavy track Central Motor Speedway. Flags are at the ready. As we go, Smith will lead them off and away they go. Green flag down. Who gets a best jump? Sam O'Callaghan splits them up, sends it through the middle. What a run. The door opened and he did a great job to take advantage of that slide straight into second position behind Smith. I thought that it could sort of turn into carnage, but he's done well. Sam O'Callaghan, he's looking fast out there tonight. Duff Jr. right in behind him as Sam O'Callaghan will take the lead from Smith in turn number 3. Watch this boy go. Slam and Sam O'Callaghan, they call him. Out the front now and looking racy, although it has a little bit of moment through turn number 2. Steve Duff Jr. gets in front of Smith. Then we go back to Daniel Anderson, Mark Evans, Paddy North, Nathan Astle out there as well. Oz, Jason Scott fires past Josh Buchanan. Probably a few lessons to be learned as we see Smith starting to slow. I think you'll find him on the infield anytime now. Yes, indeed, he does pull in the 12T car. So that opens up the way for Duff in second. Now Anderson in third. As we look to the timesheets, O'Callaghan, the only one in the 13s, a 13.7. Doing a great job out there tonight. At the moment, he's going to come across some back markers pretty soon in the form of Robinson. As they head round to collect lap number 5. Duff Jr., he's got a hole straight away in it to try to catch up. Smoke coming out of the 8T car. Ferutawa takes to the infield as well. We saw Jason Scott's car last night. He said he overfilled a bit too much oil. We saw a bit of smoke, none of it tonight. As he holds on to 5th position, he's got Paddy North behind him. He's chasing Mark Evans down, but it's O'Callaghan. Starts to make his way through the back markers. Gets past Robinson. He's still got that straight away in at 2.2 seconds out of the lead as Jason Stott starts to crawl into the back bumper of Mark Evans. So at the moment it's O'Callaghan, Duff, Anderson, Evans, Scott, Buchanan, Colvin doing a great job. Then Kyle Shearing in 8th position. 8 laps down, 12 is it? As everybody starts to get to those back markers, Sam O'Callaghan trying to make his way past the 4T of Kyle Shearing. Has to back out of it in turn number 2. Means Duff has a chance to make a couple of car lengths up. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference. It's got such a big lead, just struggling to get past the 4T car. Sam O'Callaghan just trying to pick the right spot to do it. There it is, turn 2. Opens up the door and away he goes. Duff's probably made up 4 or 5 car lengths. It's not going to be enough as Sam O'Callaghan is out in the front. Jason Scott smashes in a great lap in the 14s. As again, we just start to see that telltale sign of smoke out of the left-hand side of the car. Maybe that oil level not quite right at the moment. White flag out, checkered flag comes out for Sam O'Callaghan in the 75 Lakeland Glass sponsored entry. He led it from the start with one of the best moves I've seen in turn number 1 all season. Went from the outside between 2 cars to the inside. The boy's got some talent and he certainly showed it tonight. Also, he picks up the fastest lap, so he's had O'Callaghan, Duff, Anderson, Evans in 4th. Jason Scott holds on to 5th. Nathan Astle, great job in 6th. Josh Buchanan starting to show some form, holds on to 7th position. Then we go back to Colvin in 8th, Shearing in 9th, Robinson in 10th, Fetu and Smith parked on the infield. 2 casualties from that one fastest lap, as I said, went to O'Callaghan of 13.7. Then we'll have to go down the timesheet a little bit. We'll go down to Anderson on a 14.21 and then Duff Jr. on a 14.25. So, some awesome action from the sprint cars as we watch them leave the track. Let's just wait for the youth mini stocks and we'll be back real soon.
Alrighty, folks, here we are down at the pits again with Sam McCulloughan. Sam, far better race than one of the ones we seen you in last night. The car finished on all 4 wheels, not on its side.
Yeah, had a wee upsie there last night, so no damage, which is all good. So back at it tonight, and the boys done awesome work on the track last night, so smooth and fast. It's another awesome night.
Is it a track that suits you a bit better than what it did last night? Bit driving, a bit rough last night?
Yeah, I sort of like it, but of driving a cush to run off. There's not one there tonight, but it's still fast out there, so we'll make it work.
Absolutely. Car, many changes to it?
Nah, just keeping it basic tonight. Kev's away, so just the boys here down with me, and yeah, we'll get it done.
I see these guys had no answer for you. They just sort of checked out, but you that pass at the start of the race, mate, was fantastic. Straight through the middle and off you went.
Yeah, I thought I had one chance here to get it done, and yeah, managed to sneak through there, and yeah, it's all right.
But they obviously a bit of sleep, were they?
Yeah.
Good stuff, mate. Good sponsors on the car. Who looks after you?
Yeah, obviously Kev, he's the car owner up in Nelson. We've got Lakeland Glass, Southern Edge Building, Barnett Scaffolding, and a lot more that help us out throughout the year, so yeah.
Is Kev not here?
No, he's away this weekend, back into War of the Wings next weekend, so.
I bet sure he's giving you all the advice in the world though, is he?
Yeah, on the phone after every race, and he's telling me how to do it, so.
Yeah, say hi to Kev. Righto. Okay, thanks Sam, and congratulations on that win, and that's, what does that sort of put you up in the points for the feature later on?
I'm not having even had a look yet, but yeah.
Okay, best of luck, mate.
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
Start to line themselves up. Everybody gets into the right position. Looks like there's a gap left on the front row and a gap further back, so a couple of cars not making it out. Barry Taylor, I think, might have been one of them. But green flag down and gone. McGlashan gets a pretty clean start out there in the front. Dean Shearing wants to get in the action, but it's Raymond Phillips who fights for that spot pretty quickly as they head down the front straight. Oh, it looks like Andrews has turned around in turn number 2. The 57D car. We'll have to see if he can get started under his own power, or there will be a yellow come out. I'd say it's going to be right about now, and it is. Although he does just get started, but they'll go under yellow. He's got a flat left rear in that car. So that will be to the concrete in the centre. Bit of a disaster for Andrews, as we saw in the previous heat. Had such a good run. But that's all it takes. I'm not sure if it just went flat or was some contact with someone through turn number 1 that caused it. And this will be a full grid restart, as we didn't get one ticked off on the scoreboard. So everybody will get back in their position. No one else seems to have any damage at this stage. We watch the replay. Oh, boom. Yeah, it was Greer. Hard into the left rear of Andrews. That's what caused that tyre to go flat. Andrews was a little bit too sideways. Greer couldn't slow the car down and just slammed straight inside in the 33D car. So have to see if there's any damage to the right front of that. As they come around now, they'll get the green. They're ready to go. Green drops. McAshan is away. First again, but it's Shearing with another great start. It's a bit of a repeat as Raymond Phillips tries to go round Shearing on the outside. He's going to have a great run down towards 3 and 4. Everybody cleanly through there. Soper straight past green as he heads down to turn number 3. So great effort by Raymond Phillips to clear Dean Shearing. Heading down to 1 and 2 again. But it's McGlashan out in the front. Then we go back to Phillips. Shearing. Newell's going to be the next one round on the 96 car. Oh, yellow again, and 2 cars tangled over in turn number 2. Was watching the leader. And again, it's Greer who gets caught up in the mess. Phil Burgess as well in the 15T car. We'll have to wait for the replay just to see what happened there. But we'll go under a yellow again. But the difference is this time there was one ticked off on the timesheet. So that's going to mean it will be a single file restart. Raymond Buck over there just having a bit of a look at the car, making sure it's A-OK. Nope. I think he's saying there's too much damage. Burgess, he gets underway. No, by the looks of that, the left-hand front straight, the right-hand front is pointing at the wall. She's definitely a bit of steering damage. So we'll wait for the, here we go, the Central Motor Speedway replay. Just coming into shot now. Phil Burgess on the outside. Oh, Greer just slides up, takes out Phil. Phil was an innocent bystander in that one. So Greer went hard into turn 1 and 2, slid too wide, slammed to the side of Phil Burgess and took him up into the wall in turn number 2. So great to see Phil still running. I'd say he's got a bit of a bent left rear rim. With the way the competitiveness is going, you don't want to drop any points at all. As McGlashan will lead them around now for another restart. And it'll be green flag. Let's see what Phillips can do down to turn number 1. Fires it down the inside. Chucks it sideways to those. There you go, sunshine. That's how you do it. Heads down the front straight in front of the crowd into turn number 3. Great move as you watch Dean Shearing trying to do the same thing. Raymond Phillips, he wants the fastest lap round here. Now's the time, son. You need to make a bit of a name for yourself. McGlashan holding on to second place. Then we go back to Dean Shearing, back to Newell. There's Woolley Woodhouse. He's looking for a way past. So is Soper. It's going to be 2-3 wide. No, Soper backs out of it into turn number 3. Wise move because it was going to get messy in there if he didn't. Raymond Phillips out the front, but McGlashan's going to try to go under him through turn number 2. As Raymond gets a little bit out of shape, so does Dean Shearing. A few of the cars just struggling through that turn number 2 at the moment. Shouldn't be too many problems. The track's nice and slick, but Raymond Phillips winds it up again, makes a little bit of a gap. Tries not to make him too much of a problem, although McGlashan is very, very fast through there. So we're just going to have to see how this one pans out. It's not over yet at the front, I'll tell you that much. Dean Shearing is on his own there in 3rd at the moment. He's got Newell, Woodhouse and Soper all lining up to have a shot as Soper tries to hook it down the inside of Willie Woodhouse. That's 5 laps down. The next one will be the halfway mark for this race. Is Raymond Phillips doing a great job. Fastest out there at the moment. As he crosses the line, McGlashan. No, he'll take the fastest lap that time. So they're swapping it at the front in 1 and 2. They're pulling away from Dean Shearing in 3rd. Then we go a bit further back down to Newell. Then Soper's managed to get past Willie Woodhouse. Scott Williamson holding on to the position back there. Then he's got Phil Burgess. Then we go back to a 3-car battle with Billy Woodhouse. Matt Green back there trying to go hard with Finlay. Lap 7, this will be 8 as Raymond Phillips pulls out a little bit of a gap and goes fastest with a 17.6. Let's see where McGlashan can do that time. He goes a 17.6 as well, so these boys are swapping times at the front. as Soper tries to get past Newell. He's not nothing for him at the moment. As Billy Woodhouse clears the other two, trying to make a bit of a march down the track. Oh, big problem for McGlashan. Big problem through turn number 3 and 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 cars that have gone past him. Had a big moment, had a shot. Say all done it all by himself, so he's handed that second place pretty easily to Newell. Raymond Phillips is well out on his front. He's got a hole straight in it now as he comes across the back marker of green. It should be white flag this time, and it will be for Raymond Phillips. So Soper, he can see the points just dangling in front of him like a carrot to a donkey as he tries to get past Newell. He needs those points. He had that problem in the last one. Oh, and it's Willie Woodhouse who gives it even more to McGlashan and fires him off the track as he gets well out of shape. McGlashan's gone from hero to zero pretty quickly, and a lot of it wasn't his own fault. Scott Williamson spins in turn number 2. It is all on, and the Saloon car's out there at the moment. Oh, who got it? Phillips was definitely first. Newell had it by a whisker over Soper in 3rd position. Then we go back to Willie Woodhouse. Phil Burgess, all he had to do was circulate with the chaos going around him, and he pulls up 5th position. Scott Williamson, even with the spin over there in turn 2 on the final lap, pulls it home in 6th. Finlay, he did well to get home in 7th. Then we go back to Billy. She brings it home in 8th. Green brings it home in 9th. And poor old McGlashan, he was biff-bashed all the way through that race. He gets relegated back to 10th position. Then we go back to Dean Shearing as well, who was parked in the middle, as well as Greer. So if you wanted action, it was handed to you. That'd have to be the longest race for Andrews, who sat out there in the middle for all of that and the restarts. So I'm not quite sure what happened to McGlashan through that turn 3-4 corner. But the car obviously got well and truly out of shape. He had to get right out of it. So some awesome racing there by the Saloon cars. Some of those drivers will be heading away to get their cars ready for the feature, the 20-lapper, later on tonight. We've got 3 of them coming up, the sprint car feature, 20 laps. Then we've got the Saloon car feature, 20 laps. And then the final race of the night will be the Super Saloon feature.
For any powder coating job, no matter the size, Invercargill's powder line can deliver the desired professional finish, specialising in powder coating and thermoplastic coating for any aluminium or steel items. Powder line services are suitable for both domestic and commercial purposes with 2 large ovens on site. Powder line can powder coat anything from mag wheels, car parts, gates, sprint car frames to house flashings, garden seats and aluminium window frames. With 280 colours on site for customers to choose from, we have access to thousands more, which are available by order. Give the friendly office staff a call to book your job in now.
Hi, Scott here from X Factor Cars, Southland's V8 specialists, stockists of the South Island's biggest selection of Holden HSV, also with a wide range of everything Ford, FPV and classic American muscle. With an in-house finance specialist, we can tailor build a package to suit each and every budget, from no deposit, structured payments and up to 60-month terms. If we don't have it in stock, our team will search high and low to find what you want. Check out our testimonials, xfactorcars.co.nz.
All cars out there on the track at the moment. As they come round now to collect the green flag, let's see how Evans goes off the front. We've got Crichton next, and we know Crichton's fast off the front of the pack. But he slides a little bit wide into turn number 2. Josh Buchanan's there. Right behind them is McIntyre. Then it looks like we go back to Georgia Gordon, who's coming under fire from Stronach pretty quickly. Miller off the back of the pack, got the car sorted after stopping in the last one, but it's Evans out the moment at the front. Brad doing a great job. Crichton fires himself into second, back to Buchanan. Then Georgia Gordon. Jack Brown makes a move on McIntyre down through turn number 3. Keeps it clean, he'll hold it through turn number 4. So Brad Evans having a great run out there in the front. Crichton having to hold off Josh Buchanan, helping Evans a little bit out there. Georgia gets high into turn number 2, keeps it together though. Chased hard there by Jack Brown as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down again, Evans has got that 1-2 car lead on Crichton. Crichton just can't seem to close it in. Josh Buchanan falls back a couple. Jack Brown has another go at Georgia Gordon down through 3. Can't get it to work. Georgia very fast through that part of the track tonight. So lap number 4 gone. Fastest out there at the moment is Brad Evans on a 17.3. Although he had a bit of a moment down there in turn number 2, which has caused him to fall back into the clutches of a hard charging Crichton. Josh Buchanan just sitting back there at the moment, watching what's going on. He's got a couple of laps to get this sorted out. He's halfway through now. As Jack Brown has another go at Georgia down through 2. Can't make it stick again. As they come through 3 and 4, Crichton closer to the rear bar of Brad Evans that time. As they head down through turn number 1, there's only about a half, 3/4 car length in it. Oh, Crichton, a little bit of a problem too. Let's Evans get away again. Josh Buchanan just sitting back there in 3rd. Oh, as Brown this time tries even harder through 3 and 4. Can he get it to stick? It's going to be a drag race for the 2 of them down to 1 and 2. And it's Georgia's going to go round the outside this time. Crichton, oh, she goes a little bit high into 2. And Crichton and Brown slips by. Crichton also trying hard to get past Evans out there in the front. Josh Buchanan just starting to inch his way up. Oh, as Miller has another problem down into turn number 1, but gets going again. Looks like he slid hard up into the wall as Josh Buchanan comes alongside Crichton down there into turn number 3. No love lost within these two. As they come across for the white flag, Josh Buchanan has to back out of it. So it's Brad Evans doing, oh, Miller spins! Get to the inside! Oh, that could have been nasty. Most of the drivers saw him out there, so another spin for Miller in turn number 2. But Brad Evans is going to take this one out as we watch Josh Buchanan working hard to get past Crichton, but it didn't come off that time around. So Evans with a great win from Crichton. Then Josh Buchanan, back to Brown, then back to Georgia Gordon. It'll be Blackner next, then McIntyre. Then we go back to Emma Gorder and Stronach. And Miller, who is now still circulating. So Miller having another mixed up race there. So the 6 shooters again, what a race for young Brad Evans. He's picked up some pretty good points there. That fires him into 4th, around about 4th position. So, still more to come up for grabs. They'll have another one to shoot it out later on in the night. As we wait now for the next heat of the Super Saloons to come out. And this will be Group 2 versus Group 3.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
And it's a couple of the, in fact, I think it's 3 of the rear-wheel drives up the front for this one. It's always been, it was a bit of an argument early on, but I think it's been silenced by the front-wheel drive competitors that this is definitely a front-wheel drive class, although some of the stalwarts say, nay, we shall drive the big rear-wheel drive cars. Carson is one of them. He's on the inside of row number 1. Then we go back to 83D as Josh Murdoch. He's also there as well, and it's Constable in the other one. So they're going to have plenty of work to do out there. And a car that had a little bit of trouble last night was Tam Clements. And he had a bit of trouble again tonight in the baby blue 24i car. Had some damage to the right rear, but has managed to get it sorted for tonight as they come round to collect that green flag. Let's see how it goes down to turn number 1. It's going to be pretty wide with those big Commodores and Falcons. But it's Jeff Friend. Bit of a nudge there for Constable as he goes right round the outside. That's how you do it. I'm sure he can do it even with the flat tire he had before. And it's Scott that follows him around. And they're going to keep going all the way around the outside of the track to the front of this pack. That is how you do production car racing, folks. So Friend, what an effort he's had to get that car to the pointy end of the field. Clements is going to have some work to do. And Rawcliffe's got a big problem. A lot of smoke coming out of a very competitive car. And I'd say that one's going to head to the infield. That's got Terminal written all over, unfortunately. As out the front, Clemens does a great job to hold on to that first position. And it's the 13T that's got the measure of Friend at the moment. Great to see Darren Scott fighting hard. He's going to try to get to the front as quickly as possible. Brad McTaggart in 4th position. Great effort. As they head round now for lap number 3, the only front-wheel drive to get past a rear-wheel drive so far will be the 616 car of Cameron Reedy. He's going to fight hard to get past the 44D. These cars get wide and sideways as they head through the corners, makes it a little bit harder to pass. Carson doing a great job to keep that one up towards the front of the pack. But it's Scott now who's going to take it to Clemens as they head down towards turn number 3. But Clemens manages just to fire the car a little bit further ahead, goes a bit wide, comes back down the track with a bit of a wibble and a wobble. Still in first position, Friend back in thirds, trying hard. Might have been a little bit more damage to the left-hand front than he thought. He usually clears the rest of the field reasonably quickly. Des McTaggart having a bit of a hard battle with Brad McTaggart back there for 4th and 5th. Then we see Cameron Reedy just sliding on by Carson now down into turn number 3, Ron Cooley. He needs to get up the front as well. He's going to have to try hard to get past this big 44D as well. Lap 6 is down. Watching Clemens doing a great job as they head down into 3 and 4, keeping Scott at bay. Jeff Friend just sitting there at the moment. Hasn't got really any answer. As we watch Rolton going slow in the 95i car. White flag is out for Clements. He's only got to hold it there. Tam, come on. You can do it. Scott right behind him. Friend just falling back a little bit more. He's got one corner to go. Oh, lots of understeer from Clements as he comes through the corner. But he's going to get it. And then it's going to go back to Scott. Scott fought hard. Oh, Brad McTaggart into the side of Des. Nearly gets him sideways. But that will stay. Des McTaggart 3rd, Brad McTaggart 4th. Then it says we go back to Carson. But I know it was Reedy that was next. Then we go to Carson. Back to Ron Cooley. Constable did well for the rear wheel drive clan. Then we'll go back to Murdoch. McKinnell will come next to the 48D. Back to Mitchell. Rolton, who winds up stopped in the middle after all of that. And as well as Rawcliffe. Well, we'll have to see if that car's going to turn another wheel without being pushed. That was a lot of smoke out of the back of the Honda. And as we say, that generally means it's reasonably terminal. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens here. We're just watching the replay as he comes through turn number 1. Yep, that's enough smoke to power a steam train. So, looks like that could be the end of the night.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
You can't paint a picture as beautiful as this, I'll tell you that right now. Let's wait for the green flag to be dropped. And the sprint cars will be away. Sam O'Callaghan, I told you to watch him. There he goes. And Duff Jr.'s going to have to work hard to keep that first position. He does a pretty good job of it. Sam O'Callaghan rockets himself into second position. And looks like Jason Scott's got a problem at the back. He's going to be on the infield. So, see what's happening there later. But Duff away He's got the measure of Sam O'Callaghan at the moment. Mark Evans doing well to hold on to third position. Then we'll go back to Daniel Anderson. Colvin had a great run up into fifth, followed by Nathan Astle. Then we're back to Kyle Shearing. But out the front at the moment, it's Duff Jr. Oh, gets well out of shape in the turn two. There was nearly a door opener there for Sam O'Callaghan, who pulls up right on the back bar through 3 and 4. It's going to be a hard job for O'Callaghan to get past a very, very fast 15C of Duff Jr. But he's going to work at it every single lap. And these two are pulling away from the rest of the field. And we see why Duff Jr. is fast. He's on a 13.9 up against a 14 flat from Sam O'Callaghan. So the front two runners in the low 14s. Everybody else is going to have to try harder as Mark Evans flies down the front straight. He's holding on to third. He's got Daniel Anderson climbing up towards the back bar now. Colvin out well on his own back there in fifth position as they head down now towards 3 and 4. Sam O'Callaghan, he's gone quick as well. He's into the 13s also. So these two out the front as Sam O'Callaghan fires it down the inside of turn 1. Will he get the run down to turn 3? No, has to back out of it. But he's going to fire it through 3 and 4. Looks like Sam O'Callaghan is going to try everything in the book to get past Duff Jr. And he's going to have another go through turn number 1 and 2 when he gets into stickers. Duff Jr. spins. Duff Jr.'s gone round. He's going to lose 1, 2. Oh, only 2 spaces. I think he might have got a bit of a fright seeing Sam O'Callaghan down there on the inside. What a great move. Sam lined that up from about 2 laps ago. You've just got to be a little bit patient sometimes as O'Callaghan comes across north now as a back marker. So Mark Evans promoted to second position after that spin. Then we'll go back to Daniel Anderson closing in now on the back of Evans. Duff, he's got the bit between the teeth. He knows he's done wrong and he wants to rectify it, but he's got a long way to go to get to the back of Daniel Anderson on lap number 10 as O'Callaghan crosses the line. He's gone past Paddy North and a bit of smoke coming out of O'Callaghan's car now. Hopefully that's not going to be too much of a trouble because he'll get the white flag this time by. He's only got 1 lap to go. Looks like some oil on the right-hand side exhaust, so not too much of a problem. He's going to play it easy. He might not know he's got a hole straight away in it because he's giving it everything as he comes through turn 3 and 4 now. Checkered flag. Slam it. Sam O'Callaghan wins this heat with style. Mark Evans only just crossing the line now with a car or 2 in it from Daniel Anderson. What a race. Steve Duff Jr. brings it home in 4th. Then we go back to Colvin. Fantastic result in 5th. Back to Nathan Astle in 6th. Then we've got Kyle Shearing. Josh Buchanan coming off the back to finish in 8th. Then Robinson and Fetu Tawa as well as we watch O'Callaghan head straight to the centre of the paddock. Obviously a little bit of a concern about the smoke coming out of that car, but what a ripper that one was. And as I said, we only had 2 drivers dip their toes into the 13-second bracket, and that was 13.91 by Steve Duff Jr. and a 13.92 by Sam O'Callaghan. Everybody else in the 14s, and the next best looks like it would have to be Mark Evans. Stellar effort with a 14.38. So plenty of action out there in the sprint car field. We'll have to try to see what happened to Jason Scott. Maybe he was still trying to get over that game of squash. But it's not usual. You see the 88T car parked in the middle there, the Edge Parts and Performance car.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
Right off the front next to Alec Colvin. Yep, and they're away. Let's see who gets the run down to first corner. And it's going to be, Adam Evans. It's neck and neck at the moment. Alec Colvin doing a great job to hold on there as they go round turn number 1. There's been a little bit of drama in this turn tonight, but everybody gets through there cleanly. They had been told as Ashley Finch gets pushed out towards the wall. And Jordan had a great run there in the 11C car. as they all come cleanly across the line this time, but it's Adam Evans out in front, then Colvin, then Jordan, then Sitaway. Agnew down there on the inside, looks like he's going to get in front of the 33T car with Evans, but here comes Osborne, here comes Cody Finch. It's not taken long for those two to start working their way through the pack. Scott there as well, trying hard on the 13T car. Marcus wants to follow them through. As they head down now, Adam Evans is getting a little bit of a lead, getting away a bit. Jordan up into the wall in turn number 1. But everybody's sorting themselves out. Looks like Osborne got caught up in some lap traffic and Cody Finch has leapfrogged him by 2. So a bit more work to do for Osborne as he gets onto the back bumper of Josh Evans heading through turn number 3 and 4. But Adam Evans coming under fire now. It's not going to be long before he's going to have to work hard. Oh, Keeley has had a spin over there in turn number 2. So everybody comes to a stop as quickly as possible. Reds will go out, greens will go on, and they're away and racing again. Let's see who can get away the fastest. And that's what it's all about in this class. Trent having a little bit of trouble, bit of a bunny hop over there on the far side to get the 71T car going. Remember, only the second time out on the track. He'll get it and he'll be away in a sec. As we watch now, Adam Evans coming under increasing fire from Jordan. Sitaway, he wants a shot there as well. Then we go back to Cody Finch. Oh, boom! Ella's in the wall again and tagged from behind. Keeley is tagged into the wall. I think that was Cody Finch that gave her a bit of a helping hand. So it was a bit of a hard hit there. Reds out, greens are on, and away they go. Oh, Adam Evans, he had a little bit of a sleep there for a second, and Sitaway shoots on past. I reckon Jordan will get this one as well, and there's Cody Finch lining him up. Although Adam Evans up to speed by the time he got to turn number 2. Had a bit of a mare through there, and it's got the 11C right on his back bumper, although Cody Finch is going to try to go around the inside of Jordan down into turn number 4. And it's Sitaway out in the front of the moment, fighting hard for second, 2 wide. They've been like that for most of the last lap. Oh, but Jordan's going to have to back out as Adam Evans heads up towards the wall. Cody Finch will take over 3rd position. Osborne sitting there as well. Oh, look at that by Jordan. Oh, contact on Adam Evans. I thought he was going to get away with that clean white flag out this time. And that lets Cody Finch slip into 2nd position. So far it's Cam Sitaway. Then we go back to Cody Finch, Adam Evans, Osborne, Jordan gets fired back there into 5th position. And then we're going to go back to Agnew, who got it back onto the track, then Colvin. Then looks like it's going to be Clay Dawson. As they head across now to collect a checkered flag, Cam Sitaway. Great result in that one. There was a bit of biffo up the front. Cody Finch looks like he got 2nd, then back to Osborne, then back to Adam Evans, then back to Jordan, Agnew, Colvin. Great run out there. Cody Finch was certainly the fastest on a 21.4. Then when to go back to, who's it going to be? Oh, 21.7 by Jordan Partini. And another great run for a 21.9 by Adam Evans. So the youth mini stocks. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of people going to see the referees after that one. I'm not sure if it was completely deliberate or not, but we'll have to check that out. Another great thing with this class is they clean up their comrades, meaning that Sitaway is going to give Josh Evans a bit of a push off the track, although obviously that looks like Marcus Scott, although Ashley Finch is it over there, was going to give a bit of a helping hand, or another driver just in behind there.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, ship it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
So here we go, Finlay to lead them off. Couple of gaps there at the moment. Pierre Liza can't move up into that front row. He's got to stay where he is. Willie Woodhouse is looking at his gap in front of him as well. So that's going to be a bit of advantage, I should think. Green flag at the ready. Let's see who gets the best start, and away they go. Willie Woodhouse did move up a little bit, but I think he was okay as he tries to go round the inside down into turn 1 and 2. Everybody keeps clean so far. That's the main thing down through there. Get the racing away and going. Finlay holding on to first. Pierre Liza right round the outside, too high. Lots of understeer. He's going to lose a couple of positions for sure. Flood doing a great job pulling up into third place as Willie Woodhouse just sneaks on by Finlay. Although Pierre Liza has had a great recovery to pull back third. Although I think he's going to find himself hung out to dry if he can't go round the outside of Finlay. Because down on the inside, Flood's looking pretty quick to go past. Finlay down there. It's 3 wide as they head down to turn number 1. Pierre Liza, I think, got the best one out of that. Although, again, he's very, very high into turn number 2. And Flood couldn't make the most of it. Willie Woodhouse out in front. Mike Fedona back there in the pack. He's got a bit of work to do. Newell doing a great job trying to find his way past Finlay. Graham Williamson has always done that, and he's made himself into fourth position as we watch Flood slide on by Pierre Liza to take second, although Pierre's coming back pretty hard. There's a little bit of grip up high as you'll watch him now. Oh, contact! That could have gone bad. Pierre Liza tags the side of Flood. They get away with it down towards turn number 1. It was looking pear-shaped pretty quick there. As Graham Williamson was the witness to it all, holds on to fourth position. Pierre Liza tries again, but he's not close enough. And I think Graham's going to have a shot at him down there into turn number 2. Pierre Liza understeer, loses a place, drops back to fourth. Newell, he wants to go at it as well. He's going to try hard to get under him through turn number 3. But out the front, it's Willie Woodhouse at the moment. Then it's back to Flood. Then Graham Williamson's looking quick at the moment. Pierre Liza, shocker through turn 1 and 2 tonight. He lets it go. Newell slides past. Then he's got Raymond Phillips on his back bar now. The car really not handling through that section as we're watching. Further back, Mike Fedona, Ivan Murdoch and Finlay having a bit of a battle. As we head round now, oh, Graham's gone round. Graham Williamson. There was a pass on there for sure up the front between Flood and Willie Woodhouse. Graham Williamson had to back out of it and he spun it and stalled. So hopefully he'll get going to get some points, but at the moment Flood has gone past Willie Woodhouse as Graham Williamson rejoins the track. He's going to have to get moving. As everyone floods on by, no, it will be a yellow. So Graham Williamson tries to get going on the far side of the circuit on the front straight. He had that spin going down into turn 1 and 2, maybe the replay. The heavy track Central Motor replay will show us as Williams gets away now. Flood doing a stellar job down there. Here we go again, watching it on the replay. Flood well sideways, tries to get under Willie Woodhouse. They contact Graham Williamson. He just touches the back of one of those cars, I think, and gets it rotated way too far. And Newell did well just to back out of it, not get involved as Pierre Liza again, shocker. The big understeering thing tonight. So we'll just watch it from another angle, see if Graham did touch Flood. Graham had it well sideways. Nope, I don't think there was a contact. I think he just had to back out of it with those front two cars having a bit of a coming together. So it looks like Flood's going to retain the lead in this one. Williamson will drop to the back. Behind Billy Woodhouse, no. I think you'll find that be a positional change there. Billy just trying to get past. Come around now, it'll be green flag, green lights this time. Flood, he's got the lead, here we go. Not many to go now, only 4 as they all rocket down towards turn 1 and 2, and it's Raymond Phillips trying to get under Newell. Newell's trying to get under Flood, and oh, Pierre Liza again. Massive problems with the handling of the car, and Billy Woodhouse looks like a problem for that car. Gonna have to take it to the infield pretty quickly. Otherwise, they will pull out the yellows again. Not sure what's going on with Billy over there, going very, very slow. Not a good position to be in. Oh, and another car round. And it's Mike Fedona who has spun this one as Billy Woodhouse tries to get off the track. That's not going to be a safe position if she can't get any further. Out the front, it's Flood, then Willie Woodhouse. Then we'll go back to Newell, Raymond Phillips, Ivan Murdoch, then back to Pierre Liza, just managing to hold on to 6th position. They're going to let it run. The white flag comes out. And Mike Fedona right at the back of this field after that spin. Flood starting to look good out the front now. He's only got a few corners to go, but the man under pressure was Willie Woodhouse with Newell right behind him. Raymond Phillips too far back to do anything, but it looks like it could be a bit of a pass manoeuvre here. No! Willie Woodhouse manages to bring it home in 2nd position, then back to Newell. Willie Woodhouse looked like he was going a little bit high into turn number 4, but holds it together for a great 2nd place. Flood took him a little while to get it wound up, but when that rubber band was let go, he leapt to the front and leapt to the fastest lap out there. So a great effort. Whoop, no, down the timesheet a little bit further, and it was actually given to Raymond Phillips on a 17.7. Then we go back to Flood on a 17.8, and you can throw a blanket over the next 3 on 17.9s, but the fastest out of them was Newell on a 17.91. So an absolutely fantastic effort and some change of fortunes right throughout that field. And one of them is there going around the circuit one last time. Mike Fedona had a spin going through 2. Just having a look at it now on the replay. Yep, did it all himself, just over-rotated the car. He was probably 1.5 off the back of Ivan Murdoch, so there was no contact involved. He'd be giving himself a bit of a kicking after that one. No, Pierre Liza definitely got a bit of work to do with the front end of that car to try to get that sharpened up. Watching it from another angle now. Yep, Mike Fedona looked good going through the corner, but the car, instead of hooking up, just kept sliding around. And then straight to the infield. Well, there you have it. Super Saloon sorted. So the Saloon car sorted. Next out will be the 6 shooters for their final one of tonight. Last chance to bag some points. As we said, the top 3 and 3 or 4, it's pretty close, not much in it.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
So again, full field of cars. 10 cars ready to go as they come through 3 and 4. Waiting for the green flag and the green lights. It's Miller to lead them away, and away they go now. Who's going to have the run to the corner? It looks like Georgia Gordon will actually get this one. Oh no, Dean Miller, great run. He's going to have to go right round the outside and make it stick. Everyone gets through turn 2 cleanly. There's a heap of changing of places out there at the moment, but Georgia Gordon rockets to the front. Fantastic to see right behind the Miller. Then we go back to Josh Buchanan. McIntyre looks like he's under pressure from Blackner as he goes round the outside into turn number 2. Gets too far down on the pole line, does McIntyre. Gets the car out of shape, loses 1, 2, 3 spots. That's not the way you want to do it, I'll tell you that. But now they cross the stripe. That cleans up lap number 1. And Georgia Gordon out on the front. Josh Buchanan quickly into 2nd position. Blackner fighting hard with Miller through turn number 2. He knows he wants to get up to the pointy end to try to get those points back. Everybody playing nicely. They know there's a lot on offer tonight in the Memorial Trophies. Georgia Gordon doing a great job out in front. Josh Buchanan has got his work cut out to get past. Oh, we've got a spin from Jack Brown. Jack Brown's gone round, so is Brad Evans. I don't think there was too much contact in it. Can they both get going? No, yellow out. Jack Brown just couldn't get going quick enough. Brad Evans, great job. Got out of it quick enough not to cause any incident over there. But it looks like Jack Brown may have done that all on his own. See if we can find it on the replay. As As everybody starts circulating now, Georgia Gordon. Great effort out there in the front. Got a very car fast Josh Buchanan right behind her. As we watch it again on the replay. Oh, no, I think he did it on his own. Didn't quite get it on the camera shot on that angle. As Jack Brown rockets down into 1 and 2 to catch the back of the train. As it stands, he's tied, as it finished now, to be tied with Crichton, and he'd be tied with Jack Brown. So Jack Brown only needs to make up a few places in these last laps to leapfrog the second. Oh, and they're away, and everyone's left and right pretty quickly. Josh Buchanan down the inside of Georgia into turn number 1. Sticks it through turn number 2. Here comes Emma Gordon. Round the outside. Around the inside, of Miller. Slots herself into third position, but that's going to be taken away pretty quickly by the looks of things as Crichton has a good run into third position. So it's Josh Buchanan, Georgia Gordon. Then we go back to Crichton, Emma Gordon, Blackner. Then we go back to Stronach. And Dean Miller again having a little bit of trouble in the Harcourt's car. Falling back into the clutches of McIntyre at the back of the field, but out the front, Josh Buchanan looking pretty fast. Has got the fastest lap with a 17.1. Blackner trying to get underneath Emma Gordon, into turn number 2. Had to back out of it, loses 4 car spaces. As Josh Buchanan well and truly out the front at the moment, crosses the line. That's lap number 6 down, only 4 to go. A lot of pressure coming on Georgia Gordon from Crichton as he fires straight into the back of her as they head into turn number 3. They have to wait for the referee's decision on some of these contacts out there tonight. Everyone's been warned. As they head down now into turn number 2. Another one around. Jack Brown. Jack Brown has gone round. He's been clouted by Dean Miller. Looked like it was Brad Evans involved there as well. And McIntyre did well to stop. 7 laps down. And that's a heap of damage to the front of Jack Brown's car. Left front well and truly hanging off. So clearly some contact down there through turn number 1. I think McIntyre was maybe just an innocent bystander. Brought it to a grinding halt. We'll have to see on the replay. Maybe that was... So we didn't have a replay of that one. But the hit was big enough to take the front left-hand wheel just about off that car. As I said, Jack Brown was sitting pretty in the points. So at the moment, Josh Buchanan's out in front. He's circulating the fastest on a 17.1. The next fastest car would be a split between Crichton and Georgia Gordon. They're both on 17.6. Josh Buchanan to lead them away. We know he's fast. Then we're back to Georgia Gordon, Crichton, Emma Gordon, Blackner. Stronach there as well. Green flag at the ready. Green flag's out and away we go. And it's Josh Buchanan away. Pretty fast, but here comes Crichton. Crichton has a bit of a shocker down there into turn number 1. Thought Emma Gordon was going to get underneath him, but no. As they head now down to turn number 3 and 4. Stronach, I think, has done a great move and moved well and truly up the field into about 5th position. Crichton again trying the low line through 1 and 2. I don't think it's quick enough as Georgia pulls away 1, 2, 3 car lengths down towards turn number 3. That's 8 down. The white flag comes out this time for Josh Buchanan as they head across the stripe down towards turn 1 and 2. Josh Buchanan pulls a little bit of a lead. Georgia Gordon doing a great job in second. Crichton again falling back through 1 and 2. Then we go back to Emma Gordon. Stronach there as well. Gets it all well sideways. I think she'll hold on to that place as they come across the stripe. Oh no, yes she does. I thought Brad Evans might have got it, but he didn't. So great effort there. Josh Buchanan, a clear winner. Then we go back to Crichton, Emma Gordon, Stronach, and then we go back to Brad Evans, Blackner, Miller, McIntyre. Georgia Gordon was further up than that. I think the old timing system's given a bit of a glitch again. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see, because I'll tell you one thing right now, looking at the points. If the timing screen is right, I'm not sure it is. Oh, no, there we go. It says that Josh Buchanan finishes the night on 114 points. Then next back will be the 58T car of Crichton on 104. And incredibly, the next third place getter will in fact be Jack Brown, if the results are confirmed, on 100 points, even though didn't finish the race, because the next competitors back, both tied on 98 points, was Brad Evans and Blackner.
For any powder coating job, no matter the size, Invercargill's powder line can deliver the desired professional finish, specialising in powder coating and thermoplastic coating for any aluminium or steel items. Powder line services are suitable for both domestic and commercial purposes, with 2 large ovens on site. Powder line can powder coat anything from mag wheels, car parts, gates, sprint car frames to house flashings, garden seats and aluminium window frames. With 280 colours on site for customers to choose from, we have access to thousands more, which are available by order. Give the friendly office staff a call to book your job in now.
A few dropping out. Come round now for a start. See what Ron Cooley can do. At a good night, he can hang it there with Jeff Friend. Green flag's at the ready. Green flag goes. Oh, here we go. Jeff Friend's off. Ron Cooley's off. They're going to go neck and neck down into the first corner. Let's see who gets through there the cleanest. They've managed to stay side by side. In fact, Ron Cooley, good on you, son. That's the way to do it. Make the man work for it. Des McTaggart does well to file into third position. Then we go back to Cameron Reedy, but he's got Brad McTaggart pretty quickly trying to go round the outside through 3 and 4. Bit of contact there by Brad and Cam. So Brad moves into 4th position. We've got Scott going round the outside of Cam Reedy as well. Brad McTaggart had to slow there a little bit. Scott trying to go round the outside, gets the door shut. As they all file around now, doing a great job. It's McKinnell, I think, mixing it up there at the moment. Mitchell having a good run in the Honda as they head down towards turn number 1 and 2. Ron Cooley seems to have the measure of Jeff Friend. Just wondering if there is a bit of a problem with Friend's car. It's not handling quite as well as it normally does after he had that left front puncher. He normally just drives away. Oh, big telltale smoke sign out of the back of the 616 car. Cameron Reedy, a lot of smoke in the car as it went through turn number 3 as he gets mixed up with Mitchell. More smoke as he goes through turn 1 and 2. Let's hope that's not terminal. As they come round now, Ron Cooley out in the front, fastest on the track. Then back to Jeff Friend, then back to Des McTaggart, Brad McTaggart, Mitchell, McKinnell. Tam Clements doing great out there at the moment. Got a reasonable amount of hard work to do. McKinnell, he's fighting hard as well as Reedy starts slipping back in the pack. Ron Cooley coming round. You can hear these cars screaming on the limiter as they head down through turn 1 and 2 again. The front 3 have stayed pretty static. The battle's going on back further for 4th and 5th between Mitchell and McTaggart. So, great effort at the moment by those drivers. Brad Robson's there as well in the 14 car, not coming up on the timesheet at the moment. Bit on his lane in the prelude, but the white flag will come out for Ron Cooley. This is going to be a great victory for him. Jeff Friend in second. Des McTaggart can't do anything about Jeff at the moment. He's going to push everything into it on this last lap though. Scott and Brad McTaggart still having a great scrap for 4th and 5th, and they have gone 2 wide just about round the whole circuit, so it's going to come down to turns 3 and 4. Brad McTaggart surges ahead. Ron Cooley first, then Friend, then Des McTaggart, and it will be Brad McTaggart who brings it home in 4th position. Then we'll go to Mitchell. Who's going to get it through Clemens? It's going to be Clemens or Mitchell. Clemens or... Yes, Mitchell, and it's Clemens, then Mitchell, then McKinnell. Go back to Constable next in the big rear-wheel drive. Then Carson and Murdoch. So the 3 wheel drives finish together. And then it says we go back to Cameron Reedy, but he finished further up than that again. We'll wait for the timing to be changed, although that car certainly looked like it had a bit of a problem. And there it is out in the middle at the moment.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff kinner. Once caught, the kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
We've seen how quick Duff is off the front. He's got a hard charging Sam O'Callaghan right on his back bar. And we've seen what that young fella can do down into turn 1 and 2. Green flag, green lights at the ready. This is going to be it, folks. Hold on to your seats and away they go, and a great start by Duff Jr. But there he is. Sam O'Callaghan slides straight into second position. Can he make it first? Yes, he does in the first two corners. Sam O'Callaghan takes it to the front. Duff Jr. falls into second. Then we'll go back to Daniel Anderson in third. What a magic start. Then we go back to Astle. A fantastic start by him as well. But Sam O'Callaghan, all of a sudden, he's away. Can their man be caught tonight? Duff Jr. He's a well out of line as he heads into turn number 3. Opening the door up for Daniel Anderson. Oh, and Mark Evans already straight in the middle of the 98 Hydrolink car. Daniel Anderson goes too high into turn number 2, loses 3 or 4 car lengths, but makes it up down towards 3 and 4. Straight away, he's out too. What is it? It's nearly a 2.5 second lead, Sam O'Callaghan. What a performance tonight from this bloke in the 75 car. Then we'll go back to the 15 of Duff. Then we go back to the 44T of Daniel Anderson. As we said, Astle is now under fire by a hard charging Josh Buchanan. Up in the 5th position. What a run for that young fella tonight as well. Then we'll go back to Robinson Colvin. Then it'll go back to, oh no! No, Josh Buchanan's had a spin. So that will change as we come past the stripe again. So now it's O'Callaghan, Duff, Anderson, Astle. Then we'll go back to Colvin, Shearing. Somewhere in that mix is Paddy North. He's not coming up on the timesheet. Let's have a look. In fact, no, he isn't behind Nathan Astle. So he's in front of Colvin. He's going to be enjoying himself out there tonight. That's only 6 down. As Sam O'Callaghan is going to start coming across those back markers in the fight at the moment between Robinson and Fetu. Josh Buchanan, clearly they stalled it on the infield and can't get going, so he's going to take no more part in this feature. So Sam O'Callaghan, he is absolutely flying. Oh, big moment down there for Fetu. Fetu and Robinson. Robinson up into the wall and Fetu into the inside. He manages to keep the car going. That was lucky for O'Callaghan as he romped on by. He'll now have to line up. By the looks of it, it's going to be Kyle Shearing. But I've got to say, folks, straight away, there is a straight in it. O'Callaghan out to a 4.1 second lead. This man knows where to go around this track and does it so fast. As we're now halfway through this feature, Sam O'Callaghan, 4.4 second lead. Fastest man out of the track and the only one in the 13-second bracket with a 13.8. You've got to take your hat off to that young man tonight. He's still having trouble getting past Kyle Shearing. Down there in a turn 3 and 4. This should be a tidy pass here. No, can't get it underdone. But it is a fair way back to Duff Jr. He makes it happen down there in turn number 2. Nice and clean. Sam O'Callaghan doesn't want any trouble now. Paddy North doing a great job chasing Nathan Astle at the moment for 4th and 5th position. As we head around now, that gap's actually got smaller. That time spent behind Kyle Shearing's closed the gap, but not a lot. As we watch Paddy North try to take it to Nathan Astle down there in turn number 1 and 2. I think Paddy North's got a fair chance to go past as Kyle Shearing pulls onto the infield in the 4T ticket entry. 14 laps down, only 6 to go. Paddy North trying hard. That's a great battle going on there. Nathan Astle trying hard to keep in front. Sam O'Callaghan comes up on the back of Colvin, but it's still a hole straight away. And oh, look at that. Even though he had got held up, he's back out to 4.6 seconds over Duff Jr. Looks like he's going to struggle a little bit. He's got 2 back markers right in front of him. Duff Jr. makes it up again. He's closed in by a whole half a second. So Sam O'Callaghan tries on the inside of Colvin. Doesn't get it to stick, doesn't want to make the wrong move. Tries to pick it in through 1 and 2. Again, just about touches the back of Colvin. This is giving Duff a great chance to catch up. It's down to 3.6 seconds. 17 laps down. This will be 18 as he goes across now. Next time round will be the white flag. He'll know somewhere back there will be a Duff Jr. chasing him down. Duff Jr. himself. Oh, Anderson goes round. Anderson's gone round trying to pass him in turn number 2. This is going to be a red flag. Sorry, a yellow. The yellow has come out. Daniel Anderson tried the pass on Duff down into turn number 2 and is now facing the wrong way. Daniel Anderson was doing such a good job. Second fastest out there on the track. But that's how quickly it can come unstuck. I thought he had that move sorted, but unfortunately he didn't. This will be a restart this time. Green flag to the ready. Let's see what Sam O'Callaghan can do. Duff Jr. is going to be ready for a fight with this one. Sam O'Callaghan down to the first corner very, very quickly. Duff Jr. tries to go under him, doesn't make it stick. Sam O'Callaghan went way high. So did Robinson at the back of the field. I thought he had it there, but Sam O'Callaghan has managed to get it. White flag is out for slamming Sam O'Callaghan. Then we've got Duff Jr.'s coming under fire from Paddy North. There's a man that'll have a grin on his face. He's had a win. He's going to pull up a third in the feature. It could be a second if he can get his act together. No, it's a third for Paddy North. But all the credit and glory is going to go to the man out in front. 75 in, Sam O'Callaghan, fastest man on the track and the winner of tonight's feature at the Daryl Ainsley Memorial meeting. He is going to be one happy man. And it's going to be a long wait for the decisions here and make sure this is correct, because the points tell me that it's a tie for first at the moment. Sam O'Callaghan, after that DNF yesterday with a rollover on his side, is on 123 points. Then we go back by the looks of things to Duff on 123 points. So we're going to have to see how that one pans out when the results are confirmed. And that's another good reason to get onto the Central Motor Speedway Facebook page. Click the like, follow them. Because Kylie Murdoch does a great job of sending out all the information after the race meeting, letting you know what happened. There, look at that, Sam O'Callaghan. He's a happy chappy. He wouldn't have thought it yesterday after he did spin it and set it on its left-hand side. But hats off to him tonight, folks. Put your hands together as he comes around for Sam O'Callaghan. What a great win. Sensational job out there at the moment.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe dig methods around services. Also we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV over your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
8 laps. The red flag is waved at the back. The yellow will go out, the green will come on. We'll see who's going to get to the first corner. The fastest, here we go, green is on. Cody Finch with a great start. Marcus follows him through there in the 13T car. Laura Ware gets swallowed up pretty quickly by some of those cars behind as they all get cleanly through there. Bit of contact between Adam Evans and Ashley Finch as they head down towards turn 3 and 4. Everybody keeping it as clean as possible, but Cody Finch is gone and away in the 18D car, followed behind by Scott. Then it's Sitaway, Agnew, Jordan, Colvin. Then we see Osborne. He's got plenty of work to do. Goes round the outside of Colvin into turn number 2. Going to have to claw his way up the front. As we see them now coming through turns 3 and 4. Everyone's behaving nicely, but it's Cody Finch well out in the front. Being chased hard by Scott, who is under fire now from Sidaway. Then we've got Agnew. Paratini doing well there to try to get on the back of Agnew. Few cars having a bit of a go down there through turn number 2. But it'll be Cody Finch to take the line again in first position. Doing a 21.2 out there at the moment. Scott Marcus brings it with a 21.4. Cody Finch just pulling away a little bit. Sidaway hasn't got an answer for those front 2 at the moment. Agnew coming under fire from Jordan as they head down through turns 3 and then into 4. I think Paratini might get Agnew as they head down towards turn number 1. It's a long way around the outside. Oh, it gets it hooked up. So well does Jordan. But he gets pushed out towards a wall in 2. It's going to be a drag race. And Osborne wants a bit of a go as well on the 16R car. Coming around now for lap number 5. And it's all Finchy out the front at the moment in the 18D car. Then we'll go back to Sidaway, then to Agnew, Adam Evans, Josh Evans. Then we'll go back to Colvin. So that's 5 down, 3 to go. Cody Finch doing an absolutely awesome job out the front. Crosses the line again. There can't be many more in this. As we're heading down now, oh, looks like Josh Evans got well out of shape in front of Colvin. But out the front, the white flag's going to come out for Cody Finch. Crosses the line. One more lap to go. Marcus Scott doing well. Then back to Sidaway. Then back to Osborne, Agnew, Jordan, Adam Evans. Next across the line will be Josh Evans. Oh, there's a big tassel going on back there further for Clay Dawson. He's starting to get it together now. Pushing a bit harder. Only his second night of racing. Checkered flag goes out for Cody Finch. Then Marcus Scott, Cam Sidaway. Then Osborne, Agnew. Then it'll be Adam Evans. Cross the line will be Josh Evans. What a great race. It looked like the points will need to be jostled around a little bit. It's going to be a hard-fought one between Cody Finch. Oh, we watched one of them spun. On the other side, looks like it's Trent. He was getting into it. As they say, you ain't going fast unless you had a spin. So, great effort by the youth mini-stock drivers tonight. And again, they've got the first, second and third place memorial trophies up for grabs. And I can't see it on the timing stream, but I'm going to say it's going to be Cody Finch Osborne who'll be fighting for that first place. Although Sidaway had a couple of good runs.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
As we watch them now, push truck pulls off on the front straight. Willie Woodhouse will be the one to control the start on this. He's on the outside of the front row. That's the man in charge. As we say, there's a lot riding on it. Let's see how they go. Away they go now. And it's going to be Raymond Phillips who gets the best start down towards turn number 1. Willie Woodhouse is going to have to go a long way around to pick up number 1 spot. But it looks like the biggest tussle is between Mike Fedona and Terry Soper for third and fourth. Ivan Murdoch goes backwards a little bit in the pack. Looks like Andrews, a bit of biffo there going on. And that was between Flood and Andrews. They both get away with it though. Soper has a little bit of trouble down at 1 and 2 as Mike Fedona slides on by. He's a new South Island Saloon Car champ, but that huge break, huge mess down there in turns number 1 and 2. They're going to have to slow them down quick. There's no way past there. 8 cars there. We saw this last night as well. When you get a couple of them sideways and block the track, there's nowhere to go for anybody else. Newell's in there, Finlay. Looks like Greer, Matt Green, Pierre Liza, Russell Erskine as well. So now we've got a replay on the heavy track Central Motor Speedway replay. Looking for it further back in the pack just to see what happens. Front runners get through. Oh, looks like it was Graham. Oh, sorry, yeah, Graham Williamson to the side of Flood got spun around, and that started the concertina effect. And as we said, 3 cars nose to tail across the track. Nobody else had anywhere to go. The best one out of it was Billy Woodhouse. Ooh, big hit by Matt Green on the back of Pierre Liza's car. So Williamson got on the side of Flood, and all of a sudden he was nose to tail. Greer was sideways. Scott Williamson in the side of Graham, and everybody else had absolutely nowhere to go. And Matt Green arrived last and heaviest into the side of Pierre Liza. A lot of fluid leaking out of the front of the Mustang there. I must say it's always good to have a break up here in the commentary as well, but we'd like to get the race underway. We've still got the big one to come. The Super Saloon feature over 20 laps to finish off what has been a magical weekend here. As the green flag's going to come out in this one, it's going to be short and fast. Here we go, folks. A little bit of warning for everyone as Raymond Phillips puts it down there in first place. Willie Woodhouse right in there behind as Phil Burgess goes wide in turn number 2. Soper slots into third. Then we go back to Verdona. Then we go back to Ivan Murdoch, Burgess, Andrews. As they come round now, and this will be one up on the board. As they, oh no, another problem in the middle. And it's Russell Erskine's bodywork, and the front is flipped up as well as Flood heading to the centre of the track. Bit of a problem for those 2 cars, another couple out. So Raymond Phillips will come round to make sure it's green for 2 to start. He's out in front. He's got Willie Woodhouse behind him. Then we go back to Soper, Mike Verdona there as well, Ivan Murdoch, Burgess, Andrews. Then we go back to McGlashan. Then we go back to Greer. Newell goes for the pass in turn number 3. Can't get it to stick. Soper starting to look a bit racy out there at the moment. He's going to try to go down the inside of Willie Woodhouse. Gets it to stick through turn number 2. Great work there by Soper. Nice clean pass as he pulls it into second position. Willie Woodhouse starting to come back at him now. Mike Verdona, he's going to look for a way past as well. Ivan Murdoch looking pretty racy in the uppercut firewood entry. As they head down into turn 1 and 2, Phil Burgess, he's a wee way back, under attack and turned around. Oh, here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4 cars spun down there. And I'll say someone else is going to get a smack on the wrist for sure. Phil Burgess unceremoniously turned around in turn number 2. Just out of camera shot now. Yep, and I would say that he was spun there by McGlashan. So, will there be any repercussions out of that? We're just going to have to wait and see if the 11C car gets a shake of the finger and sent to the back. As we see the Otago Metals entry, 57D of Andrews down in front of us. Plenty of damage to the front of that car. Hopefully it's just all structural as the bodywork is sitting up quite a way. Raymond Phillips doing a great job out in front, although fastest on the track thus far is Mike Verdona with a 17.4. Then Raymond Phillips on a 17.5, as well as Terry Soper on a 17.5. Burgess gives it the big jandle. He'd be a little bit unhappy at the moment. I think Mike Verdona will be the one to watch in this as we go 4 laps down. Still got 16 to run as we head down to the first corner again. And it looks like it's Mike Verdona who's going to try to make a charge, and Willie Woodhouse down towards 3 and 4. Door shut. He's going to have to try to go down the inside. Ray Phillips does a great job out in front. Makes a bit of a gap on the first lap. Soper trying hard to get back on the bumper of him. He's got Willie Woodhouse behind him, Mike Verdona next. Then we go back to Ivan Murdoch. Then back to McGlashan. This will be lap number 6 as they come across the line. Ray Phillips getting a bit of a lead out the front. Soper, he's closed the gap a little bit. Willie Woodhouse coming under fire from Mike Verdona. Then we go back to Ivan Murdoch. It's pretty evenly spread through the field, although Graham Williamson's trying hard to get past Finlay. Out the front, it's still Ray. Raymond Phillips doing a great job. Mike Verdona's gone fast again to a 17.45. So, Soper in second position. Makes a bit of an inroad into the back of Raymond Phillips. I'd have to say Willie Woodhouse falling back a bit. Mike Verdona can't do much to catch him up. I'd say Ivan Murdoch's got a good chance of getting onto the back bumper of Verdona as they come round to collect lap number 9, 11 to go. And it's reasonably static out there at the moment. Raymond Phillips out the front, doing a great job. The two of them pulling away from Willie Woodhouse and Verdona. Verdona is much quicker than Willie Woodhouse, but can't do anything to get by. He's going to have to do something soon if he wants to catch those front two. Ivan Murdoch, he's in the mix as well. That battle is heating up ever more. As we watch, Ivan Murdoch was right alongside Verdona as he went down into turn number 2. Watching them now, Raymond Phillips, they're pulling away out the front. Soper. Verdona's just dropped off the back of Willie Woodhouse at the moment, falling into the clutches of Ivan Murdoch. Further back, Graham Williamson still fighting hard with Finlay, who's trying to get past Andrews. Lap number 12 down, 8 to go. Oh, Soper just about on the wall into turn number 1. As we said, there's no cushion there tonight. Soper makes a bit of a lunge down towards 3, trying to pick up a bit of track place. But Raymond Phillips is looking super smooth and fast out the front. Soper trying hard, going everything he's got in the 8D entry. Certainly these two are pulling away from 3rd and 4th, 5th. Willie Woodhouse is actually pulling away from Mike Verdona. Ivan Murdoch is also looking for a way past there. As we head around now for lap number 14, and it's Raymond Phillips still in command. Terry Soper trying everything he can behind. Terry Soper needs pass to get those points. At the moment, it's all Raymond Phillips. And Willie Woodhouse sits in second place, equal on points at the moment. Soper needs to get past, needs those precious points. But he hasn't got any measure for Raymond Phillips out the front at the moment. We've got a car slowing. And that's Billy Woodhouse heading into the centre of the paddock. The car's starting to grip up now. The track's squealing a little bit. Raymond Phillips, I wouldn't say he's coming under fire, but it's all up to him to make a mistake that'll let Soper past. He's kept that car so clean, it looks so good through the corners. He gets it set up much earlier than Soper. Just drives the thing so beautifully sideways through it. Soper falling back now a little bit. He's out to probably 4 or 5 car lengths. A lot of understeer as he comes through 3 and 4. Raymond Phillips just tiptoeing away as we see Andrews has a spin. It's going to be up to, oh, look out. Raymond Phillips manages to clear him down the inside. Soper definitely falling back now as the white flag will come out for Raymond Phillips. 1 more lap to go, sunshine. Soper just hasn't got anything left in the tank. Willie Woodhouse is pulling away from Mike Verdona. Ivan Murdoch, he hasn't got anything for that either. McClashin might have a last minute lunge. But it's going to be Raymond Phillips for the first place in 17D. Behind him, Terry Soper. Then we go back to Willie Woodhouse, Mike Verdona, Ivan Murdoch, McClashin, then back to Newell. Coming across the line next will be Finlay, then Graham Williamson. Phil Burgess will bring up the last car in the feature. Raymond Phillips will be super happy with that one. Might not have been the lap record, but he's got the win in the feature here tonight for the Saloon cars. What a champion effort. Looking down the timesheet, you'd have to say the fastest was, in fact, Raymond Phillips on a 17.5. Then we go back to Terry Soper, 17.7. Then back to Ivan Murdoch on a 17.9, or I think Mike Verdona might have been quicker, but his time's just dropped off there for some reason. And again, this is one that'll have to wait for the official results. At the moment, it says Raymond Phillips on 112. Tied for second, we've got Terry Soper and Willie Woodhouse on 108 apiece. And if that's the case, Mike Verdona would bring it home in third place on 101. But as I said, we're going to have to wait for the official result 10 minutes after the running of the race, just in case anybody's got a protest.